Alright, today we're going to go through a song called The Healing by Gary Clark Jr. I really like this song. I saw him do it on YouTube. It's like an acoustic version, so that's kind of what we're modeling this after. It's the unplugged acoustic version of it. If you listen to the album, it's definitely a little bit more electric guitar with some really cool solos in it, but we're just going to look at kind of the acoustic, how you would play it by yourself. Okay, so the way that this song goes is it's in the key of B flat. Okay, you're playing a lot of minor. I guess it would be in the key of G minor because you're playing more G minor than you are B flat. But anyways, so what we're going to do here is we're going to walk through the song. The song's actually pretty simple as far as the chords go. Now, the way to play the chords, the way I've seen him play the chords is a little bit difficult, but the chords themselves are pretty straightforward. Alright, so the verses, well, first we need to do the intro, and then we'll get to the verses. So the strum pattern's like a... only 3 chords for the intro. Okay, so it's a G minor, a G minor 7. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our thumb and we're going to grab the low E string on the 3rd fret. Then we're going to use our our pointer finger, and we're going to bar everything from the D string down to the high E. And then we're going to just use our ring finger and stretch it out and grab the 5th fret of the D string. You're not going to play the A string. I like to mute that with kind of the fat of my thumb. Okay? So this is the intro part. That's our first chord. Now sometimes what I see him do, Gary Clark Jr., when he's playing, is he'll hammer on and hammer off with that ring finger on the 5th fret of the D string. Alright, so we got that. So then we got a quick passing B flat. Now we're gonna do it with a bar chord, and kind of this way, but you could do a regular bar chord if you wanted to. Doesn't really matter. You could technically do this. It's a G sharp, or excuse me, a G minor bar chord. But I like to do either way. So anyways, this B flat, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get that thumb, you're gonna wrap it around, get the 6th fret of the low E string. Then your pointer finger is going to go on, it's going to bar the 6th fret of the B and the high E. Then you use your middle finger, 7th fret of the G string, and then your ring finger is going to stretch out to the 8th fret of the D string. That's a B flat. And again, you can bar it if you'd like, but that's a B flat there. Then, the next chord you're going to go to, you're going to use B flat as like a passing note into a C minor. Now, C minor is exactly the same as this G minor that we did up here. It's just that you are going to take it all the way down to the 8th fret, okay? So you're going to do thumb on the 8th fret of the low E, bar from the D all the way down to the high E with your pointer finger, and then just use your ring finger to grab the 10th fret on the D string. So you put that together, the intro sounds like this. You start with your G minor, we'll do it slow. And then the passing B flat, right into a C minor, and then back to the G. Alright, and then you're ready for the verses. Now the verses, what I see him do a lot is a palm muting and just down strums. Alright, so there's 2 parts to the verses. So it goes, we stand in formation. So the first 2 lines are just going to be 2 chords. It's the G minor, and then you're going to go to an F. Now you could do a bar chord F, or you could do the same thing we did the B flat. Reach around, get the 1st fret of the E string with your thumb on the low E. Then you're going to bar the B and the high E on the 1st fret, middle finger, 2nd fret of the G, ring finger, 3rd fret of the D. That's your F chord. Okay, so you've got we stand in formation, F, back to G minor, so we taste and they see, they compile information. Now one thing you kind of do, this is kind of a cool trick with your fretting hand, is you kind of bounce on and off. You kind of like take it on and off, and as you're strumming, it creates that sound, and it goes along with the palm muting. It sounds pretty cool. But if you just want to play it straight, you can too. It's not gonna sound bad. Either way. All right, so that's the first part of the verses. The second part, you can hear a definite change in the verses, and what that is it goes to the C sharp minor, which you already learned. Something we can't touch. Into that B flat, which we've already learned. Back into the C minor. We can't feel. And then a real quick F, back to the G minor. For some people it's too much. F, for some people it heals. And that leaves us just with the final thing to do, which is the chorus. Okay, and the chorus is very simple. All right, the chorus is, you're gonna start out with this, the G minor that we got. This music is my healing. This music is my healing. All right, this next change here, I usually just play a power chord. I think it sounds better, honestly, and also just a little. I am not a fan of the A-shaped bar chords, and you need that here. So I just like to play the power chord. I also think it sounds better objectively, but that's subjectively, rather. You may not agree with that. So if you want to play, it's a regular E flat, okay? But I do an E flat power chord here, because it's gonna be kind of a passing thing, anyways. And what that is your pointer finger is on the A string of the 6th fret. Then your ring finger is on the 8th fret of the D string. Your pinky finger is on the 8th fret of the G string. So what you're gonna do real quick is, so you're gonna do kind of a E flat with a passing B flat back to an E. So you got music is my healing, G minor. This music is my healing. So it's, God knows I need some healing. So here's where this one gets a little tricky. Okay, this is a C minor that we've already done. But this time you're gonna throw your pinky down on the high E of the 10th fret. And then you're also gonna stretch it out while you're strumming a little bit. You're gonna stretch it out to the 11th fret of the high E. And then after you do that, you're gonna slide up to a D minor, which is, in this case, we're gonna use our thumb to get the low E of the D string, bar from the D to the high E on the 10th fret with our pointer finger, and then our ring finger is going to go to the 12th fret of the D string, back to the C minor. I'm going to go back to the intro, and then you're ready for the next verse. Okay. Alright, well, that's the song. There's one more part, which is the bridge. And then it goes, God only knows who can save us, who can save us now. While they sit back and watch flowers turn to stone. So I think there's another, and maybe you can leave this in the comments below, because I haven't quite figured it out. I'm trying to learn these all by ear. I think there's a passing chord in the bridge. Let me know in the comments. But what I definitely hear is, God only knows Who can save us? Who can save us now? And that's the C minor, right? Well, D minor, we sit back and watch flowers turn to stone. Back to C minor. We got this music. And it's back to a G minor, and there's some cool soloing in there. But let me know in the comment below, because I really don't know off the top of my head what that passing chord would be. So maybe you could figure that out and let me know. Teach me some things. All right, hope this was helpful, guys.